that you can have the same measurement of the shoulder because you're joining the front and back shoulder together, and that's it. Now let's move on to this beautiful style as well. So we are starting with the normal basic bodies. It could be a full scale, okay, full scale basic bodies just like this. Okay, it has to be half because it's not asymmetrical. Okay, then same thing goes to the back. So let's dive into it. Okay, to start with, you have to transfer your shoulder dart to either bust dart or any part of the side seam. And of course, this also has a kind of dormant sleeve. Okay, just measure it, just make sure the shoulder is wider a little bit, just get what you need. And of course, I think I explained earlier in the previous videos that whenever you want to make a freestyle, a style that is not really fitted, you have to make sure the you reduce the shoulder slope. Make sure the shoulder is not really slopey. Give it some kind of ease. Okay, so that's what I did here. And also I did not put my own on the bust dart. I just make sure I just calm down a little bit. I'm sure you can see where my own dart was transferred to. Okay, so and you can see that I give it some kind of ease. The next thing I have to do now is to do the neckline. You can see I altered the neckline. The next thing we have to do now is to elongate the skirt to the length you want and also tighten it the way you want it. Okay, and that's what I did here. And yes, we have to get a full front of for this skirt because of the draping on top of it. Okay, so I'm trying to get the midpoint line, as you can see. Then I get the length of the draping on this side, then I get the length on that side as well. Depends on you. Then and of course you can see that I've drawn the line, and here I am trying to get the slash lines I want for the draping. Okay, and you have to trace it and number it. Then now get another piece of paper to trace out that draping only on that piece of paper, and this is what I have. Now the next thing you have to do is to rule the slash lines. Don't rule the slash line as tiny as this one, please. I'm just trying to make my own as pretty as possible because I'm not sewing it and I have to make the pattern looks kind of real, you know. That's why I make it so tiny like this. So just rule as many slash lines as possible. Then the intervals between each slash lines when you want to paste it on another paper depends on the amount of fabric you want. Or rather, if you don't want to waste your paper, you can just um place it on directly on the fabric, but it's best for you to just complete everything on a paper just like this. So this is me trying to um paste all the pattern piece, the slash lines I rule on a paper just like this, and I'm done right here. I make sure the intervals between each numbers are the same thing. And the next thing you have to do is to pleat it just so that you can cut the sides, all the excess on this pattern. So I'm just that's what I'm doing now. So I make sure I pleated it before I do that because it is important for you to just pleat it before cutting out, before cutting anything out, just for accuracy. Okay, and that is what I have right now. And I want to place it on the main skirt. Now let's assume I've sewn the skirt, it has to be placed on the main skirt just like this. And yes, don't forget the four you'll be adding to it. Yes, let's move on to this style. Some